Greetings everyone, Humpty here with my first impressions of the Avengers beta on PS4. In this video, I'm just going to post some gameplay from the story missions and go over some of the things that I like so far in the beta and some of the things that I haven't liked as much. I'll also try to do a follow-up video for this one once the beta is over or as soon as I finish all the content within the beta. And so with that, let's begin. I have played for about 5 hours so far, and generally I like what I've played. A-Day was a great intro to all the characters and the world within Marvel's Avengers, and I was also pleasantly surprised by the story presented in the beta. I came into the beta and I fully expected a Destiny-style story where a few characters will narrate the story in between missions, but that doesn't appear to be the case here. While there's definitely Destiny-style storytelling within the multiplayer missions, it really does seem like there is a fully fleshed out story here that is also character-driven on top of that. The story does jump around a little bit in the beta, but what is there is enjoyable, interesting, and has me genuinely curious about what comes next. In terms of gameplay, it feels much better than it looks. While the game is quite flashy and certainly has a wide array of effects happening on screen, in previous showings of the game, a lot of the attacks looked weak and unsatisfying. After playing it for a bit, I feel much better about it overall. Thor's hammer has a tangible impact to its swing. Iron Man's repulsors feel impactful, as if it actually damages the enemy. Hulk feels a little bit chaotic, like a raging beast of a character should feel. And a large part of this comes from getting the controller in your hand and feeling it for yourself. Now, here's a few of the things that I didn't like as much. First off is the in-game currency. It's a bit of a staple for a live service game to have numerous kinds of in-game currency. It's nothing new. Avengers has 9 that appear in the beta. Most of these seem to be used for upgrade materials and some for cosmetics, but overall, 9 just feels a bit too much and a bit too chaotic for me. And I do want to recognize that this could improve in the full version of the game, or perhaps at least be explained a little better. But for now, it's a little overwhelming for myself, and I feel like it definitely could be overwhelming to just a casual player coming into a Marvel game for their first time and experiencing this type of live service, RPG Lite-esque style. Another struggle we've had on day 1 of the beta is matchmaking. So the devs are already aware of this. I see them on Twitter already responding to people, trying to help them out. However, I'm going to bring it up just because it's the first day and it's something I'm experiencing on it. This has been a big struggle for me. Many times I have attempted to matchmake, and it will always give me the same error, kick me back to the main menu, and I'll be stuck in loading screens upon loading screens trying to get back into the game. It's frustrating. It's a really frustrating experience trying to matchmake, and it fails over and over again. So hopefully this will be fixed for the release of the game, and I will reserve my judgment until that time. This next issue kind of ties into matchmaking, and that is playing with your friends. It's really fun when it actually works. So similar to matchmaking, partying with friends seems quite broken at the moment. Upon sending an invite to any of my friends, if they accept, they are sent to a lengthy loading screen before actually joining the party. Then what typically happens is the party gets split up once matchmaking begins and then subsequently fails. This sends both party members into another loading screen, which results in both people on the main menu and no longer partied up. Partying up with friends needs to be significantly quicker in the full release, and I've never seen a slower party system in any game. But again, it can be really fun, so long as you can get it to work. The last thing I want to touch on is the game's overall performance. It's a bit of a hit or miss. Generally it runs fine, I'm playing on a PS4 Pro, but there were several times when the frame rate dropped significantly, even with the performance setting turned on. I really hope that this is fixed in the release of the game, and I hope it's much better on the PS5 version coming out later this year. And those are my first thoughts, having played through about 5 hours of the beta. Overall, I had a great time, and I'm looking forward to seeing and playing more of this game over the next several weekends. However, As enjoyable as the game is, I can already tell you it is going to live or die by how they're able to handle the content post-launch. I truly hope this game will do well and have a long, prosperous future, and I really hope that we can continue to get more new Marvel stories for us to explore and enjoy. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more of Marvel's Avengers, stay tuned as I will be covering this game for the foreseeable future. And if you want to chat with me or see any of my direct, unedited gameplay, you can join me at twitch.tv/HumptyPlays.